So June, how are you?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah, it's been wonderful having you here.
Mm-hmm.
It's been wonderful meeting you. We've had such a lovely time. So I thought we should have this small interview so that you tell us more about yourself. For us, it's always exciting when you guys come. We get it's like we experience a bit of where you're coming from. So really, it's awesome that you guys come. So tell me about yourself.
My name is Jun, but in my Chinese name is Junjun Chen. I'm
Okay.
27 years old. I just turned 27 years old 8 days, eight
How
days before.
how fair is it that you don't look a day above 20?
I'm lucky, maybe. Like a black don't crack. Asian doesn't
Asian doesn't.
show
Wow.
their age.
Say that again.
Black don't crack. An
Uh-huh.
Asian doesn't show their age.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So tell me. So your background.
I lived in Chengdu, south of China.
That's
I
your
grew up there.
hometown.
Yeah, that's my hometown. I grew up there, and I went to the UK for studying university and my graduated degree as well. And
Mm-hmm.
then I decided to come back home. Worked for 2 years later, and then I decided to have this amazing Africa trip with my
Wow.
boyfriend.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay. So tell me about your study. What did you study in the UK?
I studied graphic design, which you can call it visual arts.
Mm-hmm. Was it easy to study in the UK?
I would say it depends. I mean, it depends on different people. For me, because uh, I've been learning English ever since I was a kid.
Oh,
I
that's
grew up
good.
with like Western music and movies, so I get used to the society really quick. But for the first year, I was so scared of picking up course. Like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
so hard to understand British people's
Their
accents during the phone
accents are
call. Yeah.
difficult
But
and
after a
different.
year, and I just get used to
You got
everything.
used to. So you were there for like how long? That was like 4 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't you miss home?
But I went back home every year, every single year, so it was alright. And especially they have the biggest Chinatown over Europe. So
Really, in the
yeah.
UK. So okay. So explain this to me. There's Chinatown in the UK, and when you're there, it feels like home, right?
We don't live there, but whenever I miss home, I would just go to the Chinatown to eat the food and shop there.
So that was easier for you.
Yeah, it would be easier for me.
Yeah, I know in one of our chats you told me that you're an only girl in your family. So you're basically you have brothers and no sisters.
Yeah, all of my brothers, they are boys. I'm the only girl.
You're the only girl. So I mean, didn't you miss them?
I mean, like, cause we grew up together, but it's not like, how do I put this? We call them brothers, but we are not from the same parents.
Oh,
So they're
okay.
more like cousins to me. So
Cousins
I
to
see
you.
them each summer. For me, if I study in the UK, I fly back to China each summer, so I see them as usual. So
Oh, you see,
I only miss my father. That's
okay,
the biggest
okay.
problem.
So you don't have any close siblings, so to say. You're an only child.
Yeah.
You're an only child. Okay, okay. So what is your dad doing? What does he do in China?
He's a businessman. He runs his main retail shops.
He runs retail shops.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Honestly, in Zambia, we are all about China because everything we do is China in terms of that's where we order things, that's where we buy most things. And I'm sure in the past few days, you've seen that there are a lot of people from China around. So, how does it make you to feel to find so much of Chinese in Zambia?
What surprised me is most of the Chinese people here are for business or having their own factory or having their own shops. For people like us, tourists, Chinese tourists here, like, are really
There are none, yeah.
not really common here.
Yeah, that is true. Most of them are business people, yes. Okay, so where have you been?
Firstly, we arrived in Egypt. We stayed there for over a month. Then we fly to Zimbabwe. We stayed there for 2 days to watch the Victoria Fall because it's way too expensive for us. So we just run for our wallet, run to protect our wallet to Botswana, and then we stay in Botswana for like 3 days, and then we did several safari, and then we come to Zambia.
Okay. One thing I'm wondering about, and this is something I asked Vivian when he came, is how does crossing the border, how easy is it to cross the border? I mean,
it's super easy.
Really?
But the thing is because most of these three countries that we have visit, we have visa free, so we don't have to apply all the materials in advance. We could just walk in and tell them, okay, we need the visa, and they will check your passport, and you give them the money, and they stamp, and we just walked away.
Okay. So you saw the Victoria Falls from the Zimbabwean side, and you also saw it from the Zambian side. Is there a difference?
Oh, not in the Zambia side.
You didn't
we only
see
did it. We only did in Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwean side. Why didn't you see it on the Zambian side?
Because it costs extra, and we've
it was
seen
more
it already.
Expensive. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
we've
get
seen
what
it
you
already.
mean. Anyway, I won't burst your bubble. You're already here. So okay, I see. So you're going to Malawi from here?
Yes.
And then after Malawi?
After Malawi, it will be Tanzania, right? Tanzania.
It will be Tanzania. Okay, so how many countries are you visiting? You visited Egypt, you've seen Zimbabwe, you've been in Botswana, you're in Zambia now. So how many more countries are you visiting?
I think it will be 2 more. Three more. Malawi, Tanzania, and Kenya. Oh, so basically it goes all the way up to north. We wanted to visit South Africa as well, but they don't give us like landed visa. You have to apply everything in advance, so we just canceled
So you canceled the trip to South Africa. That's a shame. South Africa is, I think, very developed now. Yeah, I think the experience would have been different.
Yeah, one of my best friends, she grew up with me. She's studying in South Africa.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So you'd have at least linked up with her in SA.
We wanted to meet each other in the border where South Africa close to Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe, yes.
Yeah, we wanted to, but because she's busy with her study, so yeah.
It wasn't possible. Okay, but is this trip expensive? I mean,
I would say yes, because we've been saving up for how many years? 攒了多久的钱了？
半年。
Half of year. So we've been saving up, and most of the places that we choose are like really cheap. We stay in the hostel, and we only take buses.
So, you don't fly?
Yeah, we don't fly. We take buses from one country to another. So basically we minimized all the transportation costs, and the staying cost. Okay. And we spend most of the money on the safaris.
So, that's nice. That's quite wise. I know that traveling by bus can be tiresome because it's like the whole day you're seated in a bus.
Yes.
It can be very tiresome, but I'm sure it's worth it at the end of the day when you get to where you're planning to go. So Lilongwe, I'm not really, very conversant with Malawi, but are you planning to go to the lake?
Yeah, we're planning on having, because we are scuba divers.
Oh, nice.
So we're planning to go to the lake to do a night dive in Malawi Lake.
Wow.
Yeah.
So have you already made, there's this saying that the world is now a global village. Have you already made arrangements, or you make them when you're there?
We make it when we're there.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Because nowadays you can basically find everything online.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that is true. That is true. I was so amused when you were telling me about the, is it JCS market?
Yeah,
Where you
GCS
went,
market.
yeah.
Yeah, we've been, because for the past three countries, we haven't been to the capital city. So Lusaka is the first one,
Is the
the
first
first
capital.
capital city that we've been to
Oh,
in
nice.
down here. So when we first find out there's a huge Chinese market over there, we were like, we have to go there.
Oh,
We have
okay.
to. So it's almost like a factory, but it has at least, I mean, like 10 to 12 different restaurant and shop.
I think that's more like our Chinatown here.
Yeah, it's more like a Chinatown here.
Yeah, because I know Zambezi Mall where you went in the afternoon
Yeah.
is also almost Chinatown.
And we just realized how close
Close
it
they
is.
are, yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's very close. Yes,
Mhm.
definitely. So they have a lot of restaurants there.
So the people, what's really interesting is, I've talked to the owner of some restaurant shop over there, and they told us they some of them they've stayed there for more than 7 years, but there are some of them they are only here for like 5 months. The reason why they decided to come over here is because after the pandemic, everything, like they couldn't earn as much as they did before in China, so they just decided to fly all the way to Africa to open a small shop, small restaurant, so at least they can have a decent income for their family. So none of them, basically all of them, they only have 1 day off each year, which is the Chinese New Year for them.
Okay.
For the rest of the day, they open.
They work, yeah.
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 From day to night. They don't.
That is
rest.
true.
Yeah.
That is true. All the shops are open for, and there are quite a number of them. We have, I think, every mall, and let me see, like every mall has a big supermarket, a big Chinese supermarket. Of course, things are cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, things are cheaper, and I think also the fact that their pricing is much cheaper than some of our local shops. Yeah, so I think for them they've worked more on bringing their, like an extension of their main shop in China. That's, to me,
they
that's
remind me of those people who immigrate to the USA or UK, the first immigration.
Yes,
like
yes.
99% of those people, their first choice is to open a Chinese restaurant, to as a startup.
Yeah, that's really interesting. So how did you pick on us?
What do you mean?
How did you pick on this place to stay?
I would say, because at the beginning, I was really cautious about finding the Airbnb host, because I think living with a woman would be much more safer for us. But after the first night, my boyfriend started talking to us like, we don't need a key. This seems really nice. Yeah, I really like the environment here. Like, you have a whole big families. I think for you guys, this is the first time you have interaction with Chinese people. Like, you get to talk to each other with such a deep conversation. It's the same for us.
Oh, okay.
We get the chance to talk to
Zambian
citizens. Yeah.
Okay. Yes,
Feelings is neutral.
Yeah. Okay. No, we've really enjoyed having you over. It's been a pleasant change. And we're looking forward to you visiting us again.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I don't know if we're going to visit China. Everybody, because last time I went, 16 hours was too much for me.
Yeah, 16 hours.
16
flight.
hours on the flight. It was a lot, It was a lot. I was like, I couldn't wait to get home. Yeah, but so we've really enjoyed having you here. I hope I know we've misplaced the key, but I hope we can find it. But then we always laugh because your reaction is exactly what Mazuva had. I think it was only Vivian who just came in and felt like, well, this is home and I'm here. Because Maswa was exactly like you. The first night, I think she was a bit apprehensive. Then the next time, she was just all over the place, enjoying herself.
Yeah, I feel like once I've talked to you guys, and I feel like you guys are really sweet kind family. I feel like how can I put this? How can I put this? It's like you guys are a family that we can trust it here in Zambia.
Yeah, so we definitely look forward to having you over again. We thank God for the meeting because, well, we never plan these things, but finally they do happen. And we're wishing you a safe trip. Let us know when you arrive in Malawi. Send us pictures of you
course.
doing the dive. I think that's what I want to.
Of course.
And it's like, we have young people here like my sons. I'm sure they're thinking, oh, I would love to do that too.
It's easy. Scuba diver. It's really easy. Trust me.
It's very Greek for us. I think naturally as Zambians, it's not something we really do, but we still have some of our.
What's the national sports here? Soccer? Football. Yeah, I think it will be football. Because I've seen so many kids kicking football on the street.
Yeah. For us, it's football. They do venture into other games, but football is it's everybody's discussion. It's just that our family is not very football oriented. You'd have probably seen the passionate football because people are very passionate about football.
Barcelona, Leo Messi, number one people. I used to watch football a lot.
Okay. I only just don't like the out of body experience when your team is losing. I mean, I'm like, and people do actually have heart attacks after football. So
that's part of the process.
It's terrible. It's terrible. I know I used to watch football some time back. I watched it a certain period so there's a time in our history that was in 91. Was it 91? Yeah, when we lost the whole national team. The Gabon disaster, that's what we call it. So they'd gone to play football in Gabon, and their plane got lost and they all perished. So that was really emotional for us as Zambians. And one of the best players we've had throughout our history was not in the plane with the team members. He had gone. He was supposed to meet them in Gabon. So after that, their bodies were brought back. It was a very emotional thing. I'm sure you've seen Great Eastern. So it says, I really remember because that time I was at uni. So they had all these people lined along the road, and we were just mourning. It was so terrible. So after they died, it's like a new team was assembled to play football. And that's when I started watching football for some time.
I mean, it should be. I mean, it's nice because Chinese football are so worse. It's so terrible. Trust me, if you're talking to any Chinese people about our football, everyone is going to talk trash on our team.
Really?
Nobody likes it because they're so bad.
But what is the national game?
But on the other hand, the female football, they just win the World Cup. The Chinese female.
Oh yes.
The girls are doing so amazing while the boys losing every single match.
But it's commendable. Like your country, you've taken up everything.
I wouldn't say everything.
You've taken up sports because even I think there's just that determination we see to strive and get things done. You know what I mean? I mean, all of us know about China and how you people have risen up and become one of the world powers, so to say.
We almost, we all been colonized, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, during a certain point on history, we almost, half of our country almost been taken by Japan or other countries. Yes. So that's basically a do or die moment for us. Yeah, we have to fight for ourselves.
Yeah. And you did so well in fighting because, you've done so well. All of us are benefiting from some of your innovations as a country, and therefore you see sport, it might not be, you might not do extremely well, but you still have representation there. Because even when you're watching athletes, they're always Chinese athletes. They're always someone trying to do something.
I think this is something about education,
Mm-hmm.
because ever since we were a kid, everybody have heard one quote, which is something like, if you're not advanced enough, you will be bullied or punished. Because this is what happened in the past for us, because we were not that advanced compared to European country. So eventually they are stronger than you, so they have the chance to bully you. It happens nowadays as well to many people, to many countries.
True. Yeah, I think that is really cardinal if you think of inculcating that into children, saying if you're not strong enough, you'll be bullied. So you need to be strong, you need to rise up to the occasion to avoid yourself being bullied. Yeah, that's really, and those are some of the techniques we need to adopt as well to teach our generation as well.
Yeah, true. Because sometimes I feel like our government shouldn't bring so much hate on us towards those countries who have bullied us before. But on the other hand, I feel like we need to memorize. We need to remember all the past, all the history, because it keeps you moving, keeps you like striving, have a brand new goal to keep moving to. Yeah.
I know there are a lot of we call them proverbs, even in our mother tongues, even in our tradition, which talk about not forgetting your past. Like a person who forgets their past is like a foolish person.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what
true.
I mean?
That's true.
So I really do understand that part, because our past is just lessons. If you can remember what happened in the past and uphold it,
yes,
it is good. It's a good experience, and you know, experience, you can never buy experience, really. You can't.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, like I told you, I had a feeling your interview would take longer than than the others. But I think 20 minutes is a lot.
It's enough.
It's a lot. Thank you so much. We've really enjoyed having you.
You're welcome.
Yes, we've enjoyed. I hope you've been able to pick up some some English too. So we've enjoyed having both of you here. We wish you all the best. And just know, anytime you're in Zambia, you're most welcome.
Thank you.
And if you need anything, just let us know.
Thank you so much.
So you take